Happening right now, folks, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Guzman.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Guzman.
You know, there should be a lot more of those ahead. I mean, he's no flash in the pan, guys. I mean, he's going to be around this league a long time.
Certainly appears that way to me, too. I mean, he's got the confidence and ability of a player who's capable of being a fixture in this league for years.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Rebound, Atlanta. 20 seconds left in the first. Now here's Schroeder. Defense is right there. Here's the teardrop. That will count. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Pistons on top. They're up by 9. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Hawks. Splitter is out there with Scott. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Holiday in at the shooting guard position. And that one's good. Freak.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Schroeder passes to Splitter. Banked in off the glass. Splitter's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Schroeder. Guzman. Rebound, Atlanta.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
To the wing right side. Here's Hardaway. The kick out to Holiday. Off target with his 3. Pistons leading by 9. Here's Guzman. Off on the layup. Hawks shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Now here's Schroeder, covered by Guzman. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Splitter with a screen on Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Schroeder's got 5.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
They set the pick. Freak dishes to Baines. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had
And a switch here also for Atlanta. Schroeder's checked in. And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Johnson comes in for Marcus Morris. Jackson, he's checked in for Meeks. And Freak subbed in for Brandon Jennings.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Freak with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. To the paint, here's Johnson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Greg, as you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Freak kicks to Drummond. There's the bucket. Good. Drummond's got his first basket.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Teague against Jackson. Teague, the pass to Millsap. The baseline J. Misses off the left iron.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
He used that pick just right. And that's now 6 points for Freak.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team is underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Pistons leading by 17. To the middle. Here's Drummond. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Double team on Millsap. And stolen by Freak. Ilyasova dishes to Freak. .135 left now here in the second. Rebound, Atlanta. Korver's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside Teague. Outside for Korver. Here's Schroeder. Off target from outside. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Freak kicks to Drummond. And stolen by Horford. And now here comes Teague leading the break. And he gets it to go. Teague's got 4 points this quarter.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Horford double team. Outside for Korver. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Schroeder. The dish to Ilyasova. And here's Freak. 6 points for him. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Drummond. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Freak.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
So as we...
Okay, guys, tremendous work in the first half. These fans haven't had a thing to cheer about. Let's talk about how to keep it going. First off, we've played a very balanced game. Attention to detail on offense and defense. We're outplaying them. Simple as that.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far. The shooters checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. And then for Detroit, Johnson, he's checked in for Morris. Reggie Jackson comes in for Meeks. And Freak subbed in for Brandon Jennings. And Detroit, looking at who they got. Guzman, he's in at the point. Ilyasova out there with Andre Drummond. And there's Jackson. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Look at his contract, and Kyle Korver is a steal, Clark, at 4 years and $24 million.
Yeah, but he's a guy not only who can shoot it, clearly, but a good team defender as well. I think he's a really solid, complete player and a pro's pro in terms of the locker room.
Yeah, seems when he's on the floor, the Hawks a different team offensively.
No question.
It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Schroeder.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Freak kicks to Ilyasova. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old. Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him. And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
They sure did, Greg, and I like the fact they never put their chin in their chest when they were down early. I mean, they were down big early. They were composed, and they never got desperate and stayed within themselves. Very impressive. Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's Horford. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Ilyasova sets a screen for Freak. Shoots off the screen. That's good. Freak's got 8.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The Pistons leading. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Korver in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Guzman passes to Drummond. And now it's Teague running. He can go all the way. And that one's good. Teague's got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Freak kicks to Jackson. Good on the triple. And the Pistons lead by 3.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Here's Schroeder. Feeds it to Horford. Offensive rebound. Here's Millsap. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Hart,